A few days have passed since Patch and his siblings were born, and now we begin the final part of his early childhood. The next parts to this episode will follow him as he grows up from a freshly born to still a child, but a much older one. Him and his siblings are grazing on some food. With their mother next to them, making sure they're okay. The rest of the herd is also feasting on some fresh leaves. Or I guess I should say tall grass. Now you may be wondering, that young dinosaurs was kind of big to them. That's because there's been a thing that happened over the, millions of years since Pangea, or at least this version, was formed. Sauropods have shrunken, especially most of them that are left. Most of the sauropods that are left on Pangea are small, with only a few exceptions. Well, only really one exception. Brachiosaurus, but that's for another day. But because of that, they no longer feast on the tall trees that their ancestors millions of years ago did. Now, they just feed on the tall ferns, things of that nature. They're still quite big. They're not the smallest sauropods to have ever existed, but they're far from the titans that used to roam the lands, grazing on the trees. Their mother is making sure that they're able to eat the green leaves. For the yellower ones that are everywhere aren't really that nutritious. And I'm sorry about the noise right now. There's something going wrong with our recording. But anyways, their mother has some very freshly wounds, because the reason why there's not really that much green grass around is because this area not that long ago, a year ago, was set on fire, and unfortunately their mother was caught in it, and her face was burned quite badly, which is why there's a lot of white marks on her. But she survived, luckily. Just her face on both sides, especially this side, just is not recovered well. Since she's experienced the mother, this is probably her last clutch of eggs. She will be too old to have more. But she's tired, but she doesn't want to leave her kids alone, so she asks one of the other females to watch them. One of the other mothers, the mother of these three, decides to watch them as their mother takes a nap in the grass, but next to them, in case something happens. The babies are too young, unlike the other ones over here, to defend themselves. These ones can sort of defend themselves. Their tails have grown long enough that they can use them as whips like the adults. Obviously, they're not as powerful, but they could defend them from at least small predators, small mammals, small predators like baby raptors, things of the sort. But even then, it's a very unlikely chance. Patch is is happy with his life. But little does he know that soon his life will change, as sauropods live for a very long time. But we shall find that more next time.